Ensemble, oui, la main dans la main.
Chamane Bessa Emmanuel Noël, Joja Majing, Bata Bichema, Bata Ululuma Chengu, Nemebia Moye Kumbo, Bangayane Cameroun. Le Kalomanga Lenge, Linene Ye Kumbo, Cameroun, Ukumbo Yaha, Ebe Lansang, Nsanga Be Moye Kumbo, Ejing, Ebe Ate, Abon, Biye Kumbo. Ne lulume akonbe hengo, anyul bonvanane, Bukwarbe awelan, Bukwarbe amunduru, Bukwarbe aliye, ne ye kumbo, ebe e kumbo, ye bourbobise, benga keli yivanane, ele e kumbo, ye lulume.
Je suis Eric Christian Kwam. J'aime mon pays, le Cameroun, et j'en suis fier. Je dis non à la violence, non au tribalisme, non à la manipulation.
I am Grace Limungamokake. I love my country, Cameroon. I am proud of it. I say no to violence, no to any form of manipulation, no to tribalism.
Ensemble, main dans la main, pour préserver l'unité de notre cher et beau pays, le Cameroun.
C'est un message de Royal FM, la radio des auditeurs.
The 6 a.m. with Promise Akante.
It is 6 a.m. in Benja Quarters, Awing Village, northwest region of Cameroon. Same time in Eligesono here in Yaoundé. Good morning and welcome to the very first edition of the news on 88.4 Royal FM and live on Facebook on Royal FM Cameroon. Our top stories. Sign language rights for all. That is a theme under which the 2019 edition of the International Sign Languages Day is being celebrated today, a day which corresponds with the International Week of the Deaf. Out of the country, world leaders gather in New York for a climate summit. Scientists say global warming is on the rise and call for action. And in sports, Cameroon's new football coach has led the new technical team for their first contact outing. Discover the new coach in this newscast. Stay with us. Good morning and thanks for joining us. My name is Promise Akante. Today, September 23rd, is the International Day of Sign Languages. According to the UN General Secretary or the UN Secretary General, the International Day of Sign Languages recognizes the importance of sign languages for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals and fulfilling its core promise of leaving no one behind. It also offers an opportunity to support and protect the linguistic identity and cultural diversity of all sign language users. According to the World Federation of the Deaf, there are approximately 72 million deaf people in the world. More than 80% of them live in developing countries, and collectively they use more than 300 different sign languages. The first edition of the International Sign Languages Day was celebrated in 2018 under the theme, "With Sign Language, Everyone is Included." This 2019 edition has as theme Sign Language Rights for All, and corresponds with the International Week of the Deaf, which runs from the 23rd to the 29th of September this year. Meantime, the 2019 edition of the International Day of Peace has been celebrated under the theme Climate Action for Peace. In his address, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said peace today faces a new danger, the climate emergency, which threatens our own security, our livelihoods, and our lives. He added that this is the reason he is convening a Climate Action Summit. Each year, the International Day of Peace is observed around the world on September 21. The UN General Assembly had declared this as a day devoted to strengthening the ideals of peace both within and among all the nations and peoples of the world. A 4-day sub-regional seminar on the fight against Boko Haram goes underway today at the National School of Administration and Magistracy in Nam. The event to unfold at the Grand Amphitheatre of the institution begins at 8:30 a.m. Cameroon's Minister of Communication and Government spokesman has described as unfair and malicious reports by Mediapart, an online media outfit, claiming that the Rapid Intervention Battalion is using French-made military vehicles and weapons to subjugate and torture the population. Here, not an excerpt of Minister René Emmanuel Sadi, who salutes the acts of bravery and display of devotion in the defense of the nation by the military, while reviewing some of the exploits of the Rapid Intervention Battalion.
Coming back to acts of bravery committed by the Rapid Intervention Battalion, the following actions should be noted. The conquest of the terrorist base of the so-called sacred Sambisa forest, where the leader of the Boko Haram, Nebula, took refuge at that time in benefit of the Nigerian troops in 2017. The liberation of the Maiduguri Gambaro strategic axis in Nigeria, Protocol Kusri axis in Cameroon. The reconquest of Mount Mandara, the success of Thunder 1, 2, 3 operations dedicated to the patrol, control and destructions of Boko Haram strongholds, protection trenches to securing the territorial integrity, etc. To end up, the Rapid Intervention Battalion has successfully been deployed alongside the multinational Joint Task Force and all other Cameroonian defense forces. It is all that unfair, even malicious, in wanting to throw completely unfounded recriminations on an army, and most especially that of an elite unit committed to accomplish their duty, nothing else but their duty, with seriousness and professionalism, fully aware of their sovereign obligations and the exigencies imposed in times of peace and in war, while respecting human rights. The government, through my voice, hereby reiterates to the National Defense and Security Forces all the esteem of the Cameroonian people and the high confidence of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Paul Biya.
That was the Minister of Communication, René Emmanuel Sadi. Meantime, the governor of the Northwest region will personally hand over the proposals of the region to the Prime Minister head of government today. Adolphe Lele-Lafrique was speaking after a pre-dialogue consultation meeting aimed at bringing the suggestions of the populations of the Northwest region to be tabled during the major national dialogue. You are listening to the 6 a.m. news on 88.4 Royal FM and watching us live on Facebook and Royal FM Cameroon. Out of the country as world leaders gather in New York for a UN climate summit, leading scientists have warned that the causes and impacts of global warming are accelerating rather than slowing down. A World Meteorological Organization, the WMO, report says the last 5 years are said to be the hottest on record. Greenhouse gas concentrations are also hitting new highs, locking in the warming trends for decades to come. Scientists say governments must act now with changes in policy. Israeli Arab lawmakers have recommended that the opposition leader Benny Gantz be given a chance to form a government after last week's election left no clear winner. It is the first time since 1992 that the Arab parties have backed a candidate for prime minister. They say the move is to put an end to the reign of Benjamin Netanyahu. And in sports, the newly appointed head coach of the men's national football team of Cameroon has expressed gratitude to the government for the confidence bestowed on him. Coach Antonio Conceição, was speaking yesterday at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium as he led the rest of the staff for their first contact tour since their appointment last Friday. But just who is Antonio Conceição? That question I put to you, Abel Bila Summary.
Born on the 6th of December 1961 in Portugal, Antonio Conceição de Silva Oliveira, popularly known as Tony Conceição, is the new coach of the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. The former Portuguese international right back replaces Clarence Seedorf, who was sacked this year after the African Cup of Nations. Tony Conceição was capped once for Portugal in an 11-year playing career across 3 clubs in his native land. He had 2 separate spells each on the books of Portuguese giant FC Porto and SC Braga. The Portuguese retired from professional football and switched into coaching in 1999 as trainer of SC Braga's feeder team. He spent 3 years with the reserve of SC Braga before picking up his first senior team coaching job in 2003 after he was named interim coach of FC Braga's first team. That same year, he switched to Naval Primeiro de Mario, where he spent another year. Remarkably, he has gone on to serve as coach for 12 other clubs, among which it is Portuguese side Vitória Setúbal. The appointment of Antonio Conceição as head coach of the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon put an end to a competition of 10 coaches, amongst whom we had Patrick Mboma. The Portuguese trainer will have to define Cameroon football for the next 2 years. It is his first national team job as coach. Antonio Conceição is the latest Portuguese to coach Cameroon after Arthur Jorge.
And that is the package we put together for you this Monday morning. Urish Nkunmue was our sound engineer. Steve De Souza was at the cameras for the live broadcast on Facebook. Yannick Sylvain Galewis, our copyright clerk. Carol Prudence Chenchu for editorial coaching. Roger Kiyekiki for coordination. And Reverend Pastor Emmanuel Noel Bisai for general supervision. My name is Promise Akante. And our next newscast come up at 8 a.m. in French, 12 noon in French, 2 p.m. in English, and 6 p.m. there will be a bilingual newscast. But up next, after me, is Jean-Claude Gay. He's right here with La Matina Royale. Good morning, GCN.
Bon début de semaine, Promis à Kanté. Bonjour, bon réveil et surtout très heureux de te retrouver ce matin pour une nouvelle semaine pleine de bonheur sur la radio Royale FM.
C'est ça. The green tie. Le vert, c'est...